We got outslayed big time in this game. My teammates finished a combined -36. I went +11, and we still won. The other team had 4 dudes who could win gunfights, so if I just ran around taking whatever fight showed up in front of me, I wasn't going to have much impact. I didn't win this with cracked aim or crazy movement. I didn't even get to my higher streaks. The reason I was able to go positive and help us win was fight selection. The first kind of fight is the one where the advantage is already yours. And this opening life is a great example. I start the game with 6 straight fights where the enemy doesn't even shoot back at me, because I pressure B from places they don't expect. Most teams are ready for pressure from spawn, mid, cargo, junkyard, straight onto the flag. Instead, I take a little extra time and choose the angles they're not looking at. The fight was already tilted before I pulled the trigger. This works in hardpoint too. When a team expects you from the same 2 or 3 routes, sometimes the best play is taking the extra few seconds to hit the side they aren't watching. Now let's jump to late in the first half. Another strong life with a bunch of unfair fights in my favor. We've got B, and that's where they're headed to and looking for. So I can hold the routes they need if they want to get back to the flag. Sometimes you create the advantage by flanking, and sometimes you create it by staying patient and making them run into the part of the map you already control. Your aim matters, but fight selection decides how hard your aim has to work. Fair fights aren't automatically bad. You're gonna have to take them. But know this, you can either help or hurt your chances in a fair fight by what you're doing when it happens. Let's pick up where we left off on my opening life. I'm on B and they know I'm on B. Odds are they're coming for me, but I call in my UAV instead of staying ready. Turns a fight where I could have been prepared into a fight where he just takes me out. The cargo platform mistake here is different. I've already got a spot that can feed me better fights, but I get impatient and jump down for just 1 kill. Win the first fight, but still it's the wrong decision. I was in position to have an unfair fight with the same guy, but I left it for a fair one. So give yourself something. Whether it's your timing, movement, pre-aim, better cover. In cargo, this is a highly trafficked area off both spawns. I slide peek to give myself a slight edge. My first enemy has a throwable out and he doesn't even shoot back. The second sees me mid-slide, which helps me be 1 bullet better and win the fight. These fair fights happen naturally in highly trafficked areas. Anticipate them, give yourself the best chance to win them, and then use them to access better positions in unfair fights after that. Fair fights are part of ranked. Just don't hand them over for free. Bad fights are the ones where the other team already has what they want. The opening life of the second half was a disaster for me. I got to my pred with just the C flag, and then I get to the same office window that was a winner for me in the first half. I jump out, drop to their level, and put myself in the middle of players I haven't fully accounted for. If the guy on the ground didn't get me, the guy with the shotgun would have. Bad fight, and it cost us a chance to break open the game with big streaks. Same thing here in mid. If a sniper's already holding the lane and I'm stepping into the open with an SMG, I don't have a real chance to win that encounter. Going where they expect you and operating in a range that isn't optimal for your gun, but is for theirs, that's a bad decision and a bad fight to take. For this last example, the read makes sense. I expect pressure from cargo because we've got numbers in junkyard, but I don't respect the spacing. Me and a teammate stack around a corner and run into 2 guys who are spread out enough that I can't take them both out. If I see my teammate turning that corner, I should be doing something else and using the information from him dying or the sounds of the fight to respond. Some fights are already decided before your aim gets involved. Your decisions determine how many you get to win for free and how many you give away for free. As for this particular game, my fight diet and my first and last lives of the first half really helped carry the day. The other team had real slaying power. They used streaks to take their best map control in that first half. I died over and over again while they took B and C. But when I kept the fights in my control, we closed the first half strong. This is also where my teammates deserve credit. This wasn't a team that did nothing. The kill feed may have been rough, but they kept playing B. I wasn't the only guy physically on the flag every time, and more often than not, they were the ones who were actually on it. My teammates kept forcing the issue at the objective, and I won enough of the right fights around the pressure so that the other team's slaying and streaks didn't take the map away from us. Even though I never broke the game open with advanced UAV or wraps, I ended up with 5 UAVs. And that kept enough of the right fights on our side to help us win. That's why fight selection is so important. To go positive, you don't need to win every 50-50. You just need a better diet of fights. Create more fights where the advantage is already yours. Take fair fights when they actually help you win. And stop giving the other team bad fights that they're waiting for. Before you ask why you lost the gunfight, ask if it was a fair fight in the first place. And if you want more domination breakdowns on map control, flag pressure, and taking better fights around B, check out my domination playlist next.